Hi guys, it's the 21st episode of Suit Yourself podcast and it's the second episode with Mikael, and we're gonna talk about mental health, or like how dressing well makes you feel better. Yeah, just tune in.
Cool, but we were talking about the cultural influences, and you were also mentioning your wife, and I'm curious. My brother is also living in Canada, and we always joke a bit around about the style.
Canadian suit?
Exactly, but not even the Canadian
triple
suit.
denim.
I had Canadian suit in last episode.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
All right, also there.
Canadian tuxedo.
But
Canadian tuxedo, yeah. I had Canadian tuxedo in last episode.
But the influence of because to be honest, I've mainly been in the French part, and style in Montreal and Quebec, generally speaking, doesn't exist in my opinion.
I haven't been there yet.
Yeah, so
Donna used to live there for a while, but
exactly. But I would be interested in your the cultural influences that you get yourself.
yeah.
But about Montreal, do you know Guy Beau, the PT icon?
Yeah.
The guy?
I don't know
No?
this guy.
He does he live in Scotland?
No, he lives in France.
Oh, okay.
In a small town with like 12 people there. And he's from Montreal, and his blog actually was called Montreal Needs More Style, and he changed the name of the blog Men Need More Style.
That's
So he's French Canadian.
Okay,
Oh.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
I did not know
he
this.
was a football player and DJ. Yeah.
Okay, no, but because I feel it's very, North America, this part at least, is not really about menswear.
But it's nothing distinctive with Canada. It's like Sweden 2.0.
I think it's in general over the world that this is stereotyping, but in general, and I think it's also one of the reasons a lot of guys are so interested in menswear. Men are not supposed to spend time looking good. They're expected to dress well, but not to spend time doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's also
Because then it's just gay.
Yeah. I mean,
Exactly, that's what you get.
totally. Yeah, but it's that whole oxymoron of look great, but you can't spend any time achieving it.
And that's the definitely also part of the flair, the attitude that we expect the sprezzatura, something that you have been working on. You know?
It's
you
also
need to look good, but without showing it.
Yeah, I think that's also such an interesting concept because, sprezzatura, my interpretation of it is just an effect of someone dressing very well naturally.
Yeah.
And forgetting about the clothes, like Hardy Amies said, you just put your clothes on, and you don't forget about that they're there.
Exactly.
So some early photo style bloggers they coined the half tucked shirt, while it was just
the monk strap with one
the whole
open.
thing that the half tucked shirt was just a guy squatting, unlocking his fucking Vespa, going to buy bread in the marina, going from his yacht.
Exactly.
And then the shirt just seeped out, and then all of a sudden he was tucked in the front and just fell out in the back, and he couldn't care less because he didn't even notice. And then they thought it was a fashion quirk. Then people started reproducing it. So I've been writing passionately about it, but of course, sprezzatura, it's an interesting phenomenon, but it's not something you work to achieve. It's just a product of dressing with passion and doing it for a long time.
Yeah, exactly.
You put the cufflink in your double cuff and you miss one of the layers, and just or your shirt collar ends up crooked or something, but you don't really even notice. But then you have the guys who.
But funny enough, always the tie has a perfect dimple.
Yeah. Well, they get the dimple, but then they're the guys. They take the narrow part of the tie and then they twist it, it's like backwards. No guy who knows how to dress would accidentally end up like that. So just fucking stop contriving it.
No, but that's true. That was the deal. It was like you take 5 minutes to really take care of yourself in the morning, and then you just forget about it.
Yeah.
Which is actually difficult.
You're so used to wearing the clothes; they're just a natural part of who you are.
Yeah.
So they're there, but they're a bit crooked. Or the other week, I accidentally buttoned like the third button in the second buttonhole of my blazer, and I didn't even know.
Then maybe you started a new trend.
I mean,
Like, you know, with the unbuttoned button
it's a legend among
over.
absent-minded men. You just see the jacket looking like shit, but it's
Yeah, but you know how it started with that you need to unbutton the last button on a vest.
oh yeah.
It's supposed to come from
Some king just
exactly.
forgot, and now it's like
It's more like
many
say
years.
also he was too fat. So he was opening the last button to breathe a bit, and everyone at the court started doing it.
Yeah. I mean, there's
So you never know. You can start a new trend.
yeah.
But you know, like.
It takes a certain jacket not to notice.
But at the on the one side you have the sprezzatura that you need to feel chill in your suit, that you wear the suit, not the suit is wearing you.
Yeah.
But at the other side you have all those haters that will hate that your suit, you have a gap collar here, your jacket is not the proper length.
Yeah. I mean,
Come on.
there are all the people, especially, and I was probably there myself when I was really young and ambitious, and not young, but when I just recently found my calling or sort of whatever, and you learned some rules and you pointed out when someone didn't follow them and you felt like empowered. But I mean, you care less about that stuff.
But you know that suits, they move.
Exactly.
With you. So sometimes on some pictures you're not standing like, I don't know, some bloggers, they always stand like this and to show all the bespoke features. Sometimes you just wear your suit and maybe you gained some kilos, maybe you just did a chest workout the other day.
Christmas passed.
I don't know. Just you change your training routine and your chest just blowed out.
I can give sort of a word of caution to anyone who visits my Instagram, because I mean, since 2007 I've taken all my photos myself. They're shitty selfies, but I just see it as a
and they are pretty wide angle, so the proportions can be different.
Sometimes they're skewed, and I'm fortunate enough to have my partner taking some photos every now and then, and we enjoy it. We just go out and have fun photo shoots. But often, for me, it's mainly about showing the composition of the mix of colors, textures, and patterns. Yeah. But then again, it's like from the beginning, they were always cell phone cameras, and they were VGA blurry cameras, and the colors were all off. So it's much better now, but still, it's all about just documenting.
Yeah.
What's there, and just
it was like Linus actually told us that
the same thing.
It was his diary.
And all you guys are talking about is a lot referring to social media, because only on social media people will take the time to criticize and say you shouldn't do this like that, it's not good enough, or that looks bad.
Exactly.
I was pretty shocked when somebody commented on my suit that I thought that it was made to measure suit, but it fits me perfectly. And like, you have a gap collar.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, man.
The suit isn't like
here, but I just had like my hand here in the pocket, and the collar actually just moved up.
I mainly get comments because my pants look too short or slim. That's because I'm fucking bending over, taking photos. The pants climb up and then they sort of pulled back, so they look super slim and skinny. But I mean, of course, if the pants would actually look like that, and they appear to, they would look very well. But I mean, what's the purpose of sort of pointing it out?
Yeah, who gives a fuck? To be honest,
more or less. I mean,
we're not wearing clothes to be exactly perfect like in the book. We are trying, and that's always the thing. In a relaxed position, your suit needs to fit very well.
It needs to move.
But when you are moving, then we are not wax statues. We need to have
and exactly. And if you comment like in this hating attitude, and imagine there is somebody that just started it.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember when I started my blog, I posted some pictures, and the outfits were horrible.
Because you're passionate, you enjoy doing it.
Yeah, exactly. But I got the experience, and now it's better. I hope.
I'm curious, Michael. I know that you have a passion for music, and I've seen on your Instagram that we have some common passion for certain artists. I would like to know, well, first of all, what type of music do you listen to?
Oh yeah, that's always the interesting question, because it's a really wide span.
Well.
I mean, if there's a core, Right, there's a lot of British 90s indie shoegaze rock.
Nice.
We saw the Manchester band Ride on Burns in Stockholm yesterday.
Okay.
That we saw them once in 2018 on The Cure's 40th anniversary in Hyde Park.
Okay.
But we go to a lot of shows, and there's a lot of British bands, but also North American ones. And I mean,
You go in suit?
sometimes
Nice.
I wear a blazer, but it's often like a corduroy. It's mainly black. It's sort of it's sort of
Blends in a
rock and
bit
roll.
more.
Sometimes it's a leather jacket, but I like playing around with the mod aesthetics and the things like that. Just sometimes I feel like a suit is not the right for the occasion or the context.
Yeah.
Then I feel like I'm wearing a costume. So then I just adapt it. So I'm wearing like big polka dot shirts for instance. Things like that, and some cravats sometimes, and just play around with silk scarves and things. But it's more of a rock and roll attitude.
Yeah.
But we go to a lot of shows, and we go to England often, and we go to Manchester and Liverpool and London often, just to see I mean, right now there are a lot of 90s bands reuniting, and so it's fantastic. And September, October, we're going to see a band called Gene with the singer Martin Rossiter.
Okay.
And we saw him a few years ago in London. He did the band's whole repertoire, but with another band. But now he reunited with his band, and that's going to be a big moment. And just we have tickets for 2 of the 3 shows that have been announced. So we're often sort of lining up and early on.
That's cool. That's a proof that we can be into menswear and we can be quite rock and roll. Rock and roll would be another way of saying the sprezzatura, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, for me, you're very close to it, because I think wearing a suit with a rock and roll attitude is not just about the color or the types of garments. It's about, like, I give less of a shit. At the same time as I I care a lot about what it looks like, but it's more of the attitude and the intention. It's just like, add a little personality and edge to it, the way that is you, not according to some pattern, but just make it a part of who you are. And I mean, for me, it's such a mutualistic relationship between music, visuality. Like for me, every garment almost has a song. I see an outfit, or I see a color or a texture, and I hear music. Like that's my whole thing. Like every time I write, I listen to music, and the music is fueled, or the writing is fueled by the music, and sometimes the other way around. And so it's the close emotional relationship between sound, visual, and just creative expression.
Yeah, I totally get that. As a script writer, it's always the way I've been moving forward.
Yeah.
Music is so important, the rhythm, and there's rhythm in aesthetic.
Absolutely.
The thing that you see in the colors combination, there is a rhythm behind.
Absolutely, it is, and you feel it. And I think it's a thing between creative people. It feels like a lot of creative people, they're passionate about sound in some kind of way, because it's such an emotional experience.
Definitely.
And visual passion and creative passion, it's also a very profound emotional experience. So it's very closely overlapping.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so...
but I would say those things have a huge influence in the way we dress. And dressing also can have an influence, and it's a bit going back on the theme of this episode. Do you feel somehow empowered by the way you dress? Do you feel that it has a huge impact on your mental attitude? You know?
I mean, dressing the right way is the secret is, well, it's not very secret, but it's the most powerful weapon. In business situations or whenever. I mean, before you have the power to, or like the chance to open your mouth, people will gauge you by what you wear.
This is actually something that I would add, that even if you see some like artist, you already know what kind of music he's playing.
More or less, very often.
It's like with
very
people.
Often. Absolutely.
And we menswear dudes, we just base all our character on personality on clothes.
The coolest situation is that when the dress or the style and the sound connects in an unexpected way, because you see the clothes and you expect one type of music or whatever it is, and then it sounds different, but still you see that it makes perfect sense, but not the way I expected it to be. That's where
like
the power lies.
Like the Bowie era, when he was wearing those superb suits, and you were like,
It's just like it doesn't happen anymore.
No, not really.
But you know, like Guy Bo, again. He was a DJ, and he was a DJ in a suit.
That's
Oh,
cool.
really?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
That's fun.
It was a while ago.
Once again, it's just you wear it because you like it, not because you expect it
There
to.
is another DJ, the guy from Göteborg, and he lives in Florence right now.
Okay.
Jesus,
I listen a lot of music, but
yeah, I did an interview with him on. I did an interview with him on PT Uomo last summer edition.
Okay. And he dress.
Yeah.
I know a French guy also that he's an architect. He's a menswear blogger, but he's also a DJ sometimes. So doesn't prevent. I would say nothing prevents on the menswear classical wardrobe prevents you to do fun stuff. That's the other way.
No, and I think it fuels it done the right way.
Yeah.
When the wardrobe is mainly for show and just for fulfilling some sort of stereotype, it's not all the way. It needs to be genuine.
Yeah.
It needs to harmonize with other. I mean, when you're passionate about clothes, you're also passionate about other expressions, who also often overlap, and they should all fuel each other in different ways.
Absolutely, and that's the way we were mentioning a bit earlier on skateboarding. I mean, don't just wear clothes that are related to skateboarding because it's trend, but try to get to know about it and try to try it yourself.
Once again, express your personality and don't just wear the template with the Dickies and like the Vans. Or, I mean, they're all. It all stems from hard wearing sort of functional clothes that didn't break and that allowed you to move.
Yeah, so we're talking about how to be genuine and how actually different patients influence one another.
Yeah.
And that reflects how you dress up. I would say when you have certain
how you wear your clothes and how you choose them.
Exactly. When you have certain patients, whether it's music, etc. So then you will dress in a situation like, well, at any time, what I'm wearing, I can go to a concert or I can do a motorcycle. Although I have some problems with dressing up on a motorcycle. Irrelevant, to be honest.
Yeah, I wore a suit sometimes on a motorcycle.
Yeah. I'm like,
but it's a city motorcycle.
Yeah. I mean, if you don't go very fast, you can get away with it. But
yeah, exactly. Because I
love
motorcycle driver. I have some accident myself, and when you go out on the wall and you almost die, you're like.
Yeah, there are cool.
The right garments.
There are cool motorcycle. There are cool motorcycle clothes as well. So maybe we should invite because
you need to talk to Nick Ashley. He's the man.
Nick Ashley.
Yeah, Nick Ashley.
But there's also
and the right clothes.
There is actually a store here, Occasional Rider. Actually, I was there yesterday, and they have even clothes that actually you can wear, not even riding a motorcycle. Some really cool accessories.
I mean the motorcycle aesthetics, sort of. Well, it's always good.
I mentioned to you that there's some amazing leather jacket. There's this English brand. They're not English. I think they are Irish. They made their clothes.
The belt stuff, for example.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. And so you get something that is a fantastic leather jacket that you can wear on motorcycle because it's
exactly. It's not just functional where it has good design too, but it still protects you.
Exactly.
And I mean that's the original motorcycle style, the shot perfecto. I mean it wasn't tested the same way protected where it is today. I actually learned about how rigorous the testing is, and that's why they look very dull and boring because they can't change the design.
Exactly.
Anyway, but you can design stuff that keeps you pretty protected and looks really good still.
If you have some room under your jacket, you can wear actual garments that will protect your shoulders and so on.
Just protectors. Just you can wear protectors and you just connect it with your own jacket.
Yeah, exactly. And then you don't have to wear a boring jacket.
Yeah, but how many menswear guys actually wear pilot jackets and they're actually pilots? Come on.
Exactly.
A flex here.
Not so many. Yeah, but that's the thing. I would like, if I was starting to wear this type of jacket, I would like to try to pilot because it's not so out of reach. It's like you were saying. You're saying, I told you once. I told you, it looks like a dream, and you said, no, it's a goal. So when you fix yourself some goals instead of thinking they are dreams, then you take control over your life, and it's
absolutely
all about that.
You just follow your passion and you do what you like, the way you want it.
I have something to ask because you one of your chapters again.
Yeah.
It's like do's and don'ts. And we have a lot of newbies here listening to us. Do you have something don'ts? Like some advices that you could give somebody that actually starts being interested in menswear?
Well, yeah, I don't remember exactly what I've written in that chapter exactly, but what comes to mind is start off simply, like, of course it's always good to invest in quality early on, but I've had, since I've been working with menswear for about 10 years now, just writing for a living, helping buyers pick out the right garments, and just like giving style advice and personal shopping. I've been contacted by kids saying, I want to become an influencer, I need clothes.
I want to become.
It's actually a thing that people, they have the aspiration and they go the wrong way because you just happen to become an influencer when you do what you love for long enough. Anyway, where I was getting at is that start off easy. Don't make it too complicated too early. Just do what you.
Yeah, because you don't know which way you're gonna go.
Yeah, and just start with the basics. You go a long way with just combining beige chinos with a navy jacket. And
so go with the rules, actually.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why people say, like, learn the rules to know how to break them. It's sort of a cliche, but it's also valid because you learn the mechanics of creating a basic, nice visual harmony. Eventually, you learn what the visual harmony is based on and how you can deviate and expand it. Yeah. So don't make it too complicated, and don't think that you have to get the most advanced bespoke suit. I mean, learn that fit is more important than the price of the suit, and pick up a good Zara suit or like an H&M suit or from one of the menswear, so make it fit well.
And this is actually tricky in Stockholm because tailor adjustments are so expensive here.
They are.
Sometimes they are more expensive than the suit.
But there are a lot of dealers that they deliver great value for the suits you pick up, and then they're different brands, and they do it well. And I mean, find those and just pick up a suit and enjoy wearing it.
Yeah, and a lot of people assume that if you go with the basic, you are boring. But people should also know that when you go to a bespoke tailor, they usually do the usual suits, the midnight, the gray, the bronze.
That's the main thing, because you wear it often and it needs to last and it needs to be a second skin.
Yeah, exactly. But what you are mentioning, it's all about social media.
Yeah.
Me, I'm super interested on your take about the influence of social media. Earlier on, we were saying that what were influencing us back then was the icons, the music icons, the cinema
actors.
icons. Exactly, that's what gave us this feeling for those type of garments and attitude. And right now, it's the kids see influencers and they want to look like the influencer. They don't want to look like the icons anymore.
I mean,
because we don't have icons anymore.
Yeah, not the same way. And I mean, sure, there are some famous people dressing well, but now normal people can get higher visibility and attract attention and inspire people. So it's a completely different
Everyone is
game.
famous.
Pardon?
Everyone is famous.
More or less. You can get such high visibility. So you can. I mean, let inspiration come.
I guess that more people are actually famous when they undress, or either. Then they dress well.
Should do my OnlyFans, but dressed up, you know. You want to see me dressed?
What I think, I mean, of course, get inspiration from people who dress the way you like. Yeah. Like, if you like what you see when a person wears clothes, go for that and just like try it out.
Yeah.
Do you have some recommendations? Some profiles, for example, or some influencers, or some icons that you are still.
I often think about that myself, but I mean, I have a bunch of. I follow probably around 2,000 people, but it's a wide mix of people who dress well or people who do interesting things and dress interestingly based on what they're doing. Yeah. So I rarely think of specific people wearing suits this or that way, but it's very often the people who are wearing the low-key stuff and make it look exciting.
Yeah.
With the details of lapels or the tie combination or how the garment fits their frame, and the personality they project it with.
Yeah, the aura. I would say it's a lot.
Exactly. I think that's mainly it. And I mean, the people I look at most, they're regular Joes. They're average people walking the streets having day jobs.
Exactly.
I mean, but they get high visibility in social media, and they often have earned the benefit of getting clothes from companies where they usually wouldn't buy the clothes.
Yeah.
Not often, maybe also, but sometimes they wear more expensive clothes than they usually would build their wardrobe from. But they have a higher ability to wear the clothes in a stylish way than many of the guys buying the clothes because they can afford them.
Exactly.
So it's an interesting combination. It's an interesting fusion of ability and interest and passion and being provided with garments and clothes. So it's
the perfect combination. We all want to be there.
But the best advice we could give, I think, to beginners is like, yes, invest in garments and try to find your thing, but invest in yourself. Try to be someone with what you are doing in your life, and then it's going to reflect in your way of working.
Follow your heart and do what you love. It's like that. Yeah. It's becoming rarer.
And if you love loafers or nice shoes or nice garments, there you go.
Exactly. Yeah, but I mean, just don't follow everyone else that you see. But of course, if everyone else you see do what you love, go for it. But I mean, if there's something you're interested in, try it out.
Yeah.
Get a feeling for it and make it become your own.
And I feel actually Stockholm is a great city that you can try it out every outfit and nobody will say a thing.
No, because they don't have the guts.
No.
And
it's great.
Either they say nothing or they say way too much.
You know.
Paraphrase Al Pitcher.
I went with this trolley here. You guys saw this trolley. It's like a old lady with their pugs sitting in the trolley, wearing this outfit, showing even like almost my chest, and people were like somebody.
But that's for us coming from you, Poland, me, France, where people are very aggressive. And they're really like
it's
this.
It's not anymore
for
like
us,
that.
It's super peaceful to be in a country like Sweden where people don't have the gut to tell you something about that.
They just walk on the wrong side of the road and refuse to move when you come out. That's
a thing. I don't know why people in Sweden they just walk on me.
No.
They do.
Yeah,
they're
always.
Attracted.
Always. But in Poland actually,
and for the record, I am Swedish. I don't want to try to come off as anything else, but there are a lot of things I don't agree with. So it's just
but in Poland, for example, streetwear is very popular right now. So people are wearing quirky stuff. And in my menswear clothes, I feel old.
Of course you would. But there's the way you dress. In public, there's the way you dress also when you go to the gym. There's the way you want to dress for fun. Me, if I'm very attracted by those very technical garments, So you start dressing up like those kind of futuristic ninjas,
But it's interesting. It's like that outdoor fashion or running fashion, and people wearing they wear clothes like extreme sporters, but they don't exercise even.
Exactly. That becomes a bit ridiculous. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but the fashion is I feel like, for example, I train at Sats. It's Swedish gym, and always the clothes that are on sale are the most flamboyant. The black ones and the white ones and the gray ones are in regular price. So I just buy those flashy colors. When I forget my T-shirt, so I have a lot of
flamboyant. So you wear pink leggings at Sats.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, very
floral.
It's super important. It's something that we cannot stop mentioning. Garments and clothes and all those things, they are secondary. First, there is what you are trying to project of yourself, and to project something of yourself, you need to be something.
Yes.
So that you need to build by experimenting on life, failing at things, loving things.
What we need to address also is my chapter called "You Can't Polish a Turd." Because
love that one.
no clothes in the world can cover that you're an asshole. So many people think that they wear a perfectly fitting suit. It's expensive as hell. The shoes are bespoke, but you're not genuine, and you're a bad person.
Yeah, exactly.
Clothes won't help.
No, you can feel that
Just
right
fucking
away.
be nice.
Yeah.
Be humble and be a good person.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the core and the essence of style.
Yeah,
Just-
absolutely. Yeah, we're always talking about what is to be a gentleman, and it's becoming a bit old. Everyone telling you how to be a gentleman. Just be a genuine person. Just try to do right
Just
around
do
you.
things without wanting to gain something. Just
Yeah.
help people. Be there for them, and they'll be there for you. And
Be genuine.
yeah. It's what it's all about, and it's becoming rarer.
Yeah, it's difficult.
There's always some
It
sort of
is,
gain
it
behind
is.
it. It's just like
It's a struggle for us.
one
also.
day you'll need help. Just help someone if you can.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, we are saying those things as if they were so easy and simple by experience, by life experience. We can tell that that's an everyday work. That's an everyday struggle.
Yeah, exactly.
We also
but
struggle
always
with that.
observe yourself. Like try to be your. I mean, once again, it's a worn cliche, but try to be the best version of yourself, and always observe what you're doing yourself, and it's like, was this good or bad? Not always. Don't always question yourself, but there are some situations where you feel like
You can
maybe this wasn't right. Like, why wasn't it? Well, I could have done this and that better. Well, do it better next time. Don't beat yourself up. Just try to be better.
So,
Or
guys-
just enjoy being yourself.
So guys, if you choose the one tie and not maybe the best pocket square,
No, there's no.
try next time.
excuses.
Try next time. It will be better.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So it's a wrap of this 20th and 21st episode of Suit Yourself. And like always, you can find us on Instagram, suityourself_podcast, and suityourselfpodcast.com. And you can send us an email with maybe some ideas for the next episodes.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
thank you for this.
We can remind also the Instagram of everyone. Michael, it's 4 in end.
Four
in hand, yeah.
Like the tie knot.
Yes, exactly. Very good nickname.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a classic blog. So you guys probably know about him, but if you don't, you should definitely check
Yeah.
it.
So, and it's always the best tie knot, 4 in hand. You don't need Windsor, no, guys, no.
Exactly.
No.
I want to take the opportunity to say thank you so much for having me. It's been a blast. It's
Thank
been
you.
good inspiration. You guys,
Likewise.
you're doing awesome things, and I just love that you're sending the message out there, and we've had a good time, and it's just.
Thank you, Michael.
It's all-
I also want to say the same because we are inviting more and more people, and it was super fun to have you. To be honest,
we'll do
we
more
had a
good
super
stuff
nice,
over the years.
And you almost fit the sofa.
Yeah, I'm actually clashing the sofa. There's too much blue in this green. I
Hope you're not gonna disappear. You know?
yeah.
Next time will be better. Okay, guys, thank you. Bye bye, ciao.
Ciao, guys.
Ciao.